I mean, when a group of friends sit down to talk about tacos together, how private is it really? There's Wreckage, going live. Wreckage immediately stands up and walks away. Thank you,
Walk
Wreckage.
away.
Welcome to episode 10 of Mistborn Alley of Law one-shots. The 10th of one-shots, in which case, I don't know why I still pretend like this is a
When did
one-shot.
they stop being one shots?
I mean, maybe next episode? The finale? Yeah.
Seems about right.
So hopefully all the volume levels are properly adjusted because I may have accidentally touched some settings before the stream. Let me know if everyone's volume is at the correct.
Do we sound okay?
Yeah,
Tell
let
us.
us know if Tux sounds okay.
God.
What
Um,
about me? Do I sound okay?
we're literally gonna volume check for the audience. All right, let's do it. No, let's do it. Let's do it. I asked for it. I should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight I went to have dinner with my mother. We met halfway between at a place called 1861. It's called, Jesus, what was it called? Duck confit
That's really
empanadas. All right, it is duck meat that has been spicily seasoned and then stuffed into a crispy, dry empanada. And so the empanada is super dry. It's literally the Sahara of crust. And inside is this juicy, delicious 14-hour roasted duck that tastes like it was made in Mexico directly by Mexico Jesus.
That sounds amazing.
So good.
Clearly Mexico, Jesus.
All right, thank you, Wreckage, for that.
I've never had duck.
Oh, it's very good. I first had duck on a cruise ship called the Norwegian Spirit. It was fantastic. In order to get the duck l'orange at their French restaurant, you first had to get escargot. So I got the escargot. They brought out a huge plate of snails. I had one of them and then said, "Please take this away." And then I had my duck l'orange, and it was great.
L'orange.
It's French for duck
Orange.
with orange.
No, it's good. It's real good. There used to
That's
be
so
places that would make that in town, but then they closed.
That's
Yeah.
terrible. That's a sad story.
It's a very sad story.
Uh,
The saddest tale that's ever been told.
I feel like Stephen Lumpkin hasn't been broadcasting a lot lately, so this was my episode of What's Been in Your Mouth.
There you go.
Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and figure out what all these other people are doing. Let's start with our number one, Wreckage. Just you're Dixon. At some point, someone's going to kill you. I think.
That's okay. So I don't accept that. I find it I don't know. No, I don't want you to do
Let's
that.
just talk about who you are. Who are you, Wreckage Dixon?
The GM can't just be like, I'm pretty sure you're gonna die eventually.
I
can
mean,
say.
I think he
given
just
the
did.
laws of thermodynamics, inevitably you'll die at some point.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I want Dixon to live as long as those other immortal characters in that setting.
Well, I mean, he's got a couple problems there, like not being a Kandra, so...
He's working on it. He'll just steal everything with spikes.
Listen, baby, they were born that way.
Maybe it's Maybelline. So yeah, things are going well over here. I've been doing quite a lot of legalese this week. Forms and talking to lawyers and interacting with the government and interacting with banks. A lot of money changing hands. Deals made, bodies buried.
Sure. The
Just
usual.
yeah, it's it's been a productive week.
Good.
Okay. All right, Kelsa. We're just going to move on to you. Hopefully you aren't secretly a mob boss, like Wreckage, apparently. Buying your freedom by selling out the Wreckagian organization.
I mean, I'm only a mob boss on the weekends when I play Never Sunny in Dustfall.
Oh, Blades in the Dark, of course.
It was
Sure.
it's the perfect segue. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I feel like Odalys might be a mob boss.
She might be. She would like to think of herself as a mob boss, but Daisy is definitely not a mob boss.
I think we just needed more bodies, and then probably
Yeah, we need more bodies, living bodies, which
right,
is
living
really-
bodies. That's an
not
important.
really her forte.
That's an important qualifier.
Mm-hmm. I'm Debbie Daisy, who's Dixon's adorable younger sister. I mean, she's both younger and adorable. It's literally written on my character sheet. Literally written on my character sheet. You can't take that away from me. I mean, he's like in there editing my character sheet right now.
Yeah. It actually says not lovable or adorable. That's weird.
Very strange. I think I'm done. I got kind of derailed there. Sorry.
Speaking of someone who isn't lovable or adorable, let's go ahead and talk to Tux. How are you, Adam?
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, you should have known that was coming.
That's a lie. Before the stream, he called him Sweet Adam.
Actually, I called Johnny Appleseed's plan to recolonize America with sour mash, Sweet Adam.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's technically be correct here, Wreckage.
It's true. We were talking about myths, and Paul Bunyan and Johnny Appleseed came up.
Real
Yeah.
talk.
We talk about stuff before the show. Interesting thing. Hi, everybody. I'm Tux. My what's been in my mouth is not as interesting. It's pizza rolls and frozen apple cider. So that's a thing.
Hopefully separately.
Yeah. This was a while ago, and then this was just now because pizza rolls are a very quick pre-stream meal.
Technically, you could like take the frozen apple cider and like chop it up into flakes and spread it on the top, so that it would be warmed by the warm pizza, and then you'd be like, "Oh, I can feel it dissolving in my mouth." No, it still tastes bad. It gets soggy.
Yeah.
I'm still liking this flake idea, though. I've done it a couple times. It's pretty good.
Apple cider flakes.
Yep. Yeah, let's see. Anything else you got going on?
I should let you know, by the way, I took a poll. In a 3-way battle between Dixon, Daisy, and Desha as for who should be left standing, the winner was Cooper.
Sure. Yeah.
He has the problem of already being dead.
I have something to interject about pizza rolls.
Okay.
It's important. I'm sorry.
I'm very
Yes,
confused,
please.
but go ahead.
Tostino's has
Nope.
a
You're out.
giant
Tag out.
giant pizza roll
Totino's.
burrito. A giant pizza roll burrito, which is so my mom bought these and she was like, "Look, it's a giant pizza roll burrito thing." I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, great. Isn't that just a hot pocket?" And she was like, "No. It's a giant pizza roll." And I'm like, "Which is just a hot pocket, right?"
Like, but was it like? Because they're different though. Because the crust is different.
Listen, AP Cooking Meal may be fully funded next month. And I feel like I'm going to have to show you how to make your own pizza bagels for cheaper and way
please do.
less
That
salty.
sounds amazing.
Well, it's very easy. You take a bagel, you cut it in half, you cover it with some pizza sauce, a small amount of cheese, and your favorite topping.
Hold on. You got to stop. Save it for the show. Don't give away your secrets at the beginning.
Yeah.
We're not talking... okay. You know what? Yo, Jojo, thank you for going last. I hope you're still alive at this point. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Yes. So, do I talk about my character or about myself?
Talk about yourself first, where people can
Okay.
find you and what you do, and then we'll talk about your character shortly after.
Okay, so I'm YoJojo. You can follow me on Twitter at YoJojo_. I draw some Pokemon sometimes, but I have a cool story. Yesterday, I got acupuncture in my ass. How many of you can say that you did that? Oh, it's so weird.
I mean, so
I
Okay.
feel like I'm on Dave's stream.
don't they typically acupuncture the entire did you just like, well, whoa, I'm done? Or was it like, oh, that's good enough. That, what, that got it right there. That was all of my negative energy was in my ass meridian.
No, well, because I'm like an old dancer and I tore my hamstring and then I was at the gym and I tore it again. And then
I'm so
I went
sorry.
to the doctor and he was like, I think it's in your ass. And I was like, oh, the tear's in your ass. I was like, okay. And he's like, are you scared of needles? And I'm like, nope. He's like, well, here we go. Oh my God. And the needles were so big. They were like this long.
Yeah, I know, like at least from, I never gotten it, but seeing it on like TV and stuff, they're big needles.
I was like, I thought I had to go to like an old
Question,
Chinese.
are you sure this was a real doctor?
I don't know. We did really weird stretches. I'm not gonna lie. And I was like,
You got a tear in your ass.
yeah, it's like, let me stick this in your ass, and then I'll like lean on you. And I was like,
Okay.
yeah.
I want to say, by the way, your Ponyta fan art was really good.
Thank you. It had a scary eye, but thanks.
I mean, that was a pony that was on fire, for real. As a current listen, Ponyta is currently my number 7 in Pokemon. As soon as this dumb egg hatches, I'm going to swap it onto my team so I can get that Rapidash.
Yes, it's a bodycon Ponyta too, so it makes you feel good about your body.
All right.
Okay.
I feel good about my body.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Let's all
I'm
feel
gonna
good about our bodies.
I'm gonna be playing Fortuna Emroy, and she's the heiress to a power and electrical company in Ellendale, which is expanding to Trumadil. And she's also on the prowl for Dixon Beaumont, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yep.
So I've been left out of the loop on this.
You haven't. You
just haven't looked at Discord.
I mean, yeah, it's been talked about all week.
I looked at Discord and it was
Literally
like, yeah, we've got a character for her. And I was like, okay, great. And then I come back and I'm like, okay, everything's ready. And then now someone is so is she on the prowl or are we in? I've missed a lot. We're maybe getting married. I don't quite know.
Well, as we saw last episode, wedding plans always go perfectly.
Yes, I usually kill the. Well, I hope I don't kill Yo Jojo.
Someone involved usually dies, even if it's just a date.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
I think there's actually 100% fatality rate, including that guy who fell off of the second story when Daisy stood him up.
That was not Daisy's fault, though. That was 100% on you.
Desha and Friction still going strong, though.
I mean, you're not dating, though.
Right. They're just
According
doing
to your Facebook profile.
Right. They're doing their thing.
His Facebook profile lists him as being involved with the factory. Okay.
We need to never make it Facebook official, and no one will die.
Is Dash's like
Right.
it's complicated?
Yeah, of course. Desh's is actually just a painting that she drew with like ravens and crows plucking out the eyes of dead people.
Right? I think that pretty well explains.
That represents her relationships in the recent past.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's really deep. Really deep.
Yeah, it's actually
I like
super
the part.
terrifying.
Was it last episode when Friction turned to Daisha and is like, "All right, we need to talk," and then we just ignored that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think so.
You were like, let's save that for the next episode. And then clearly now a epic amount of time has passed.
Mhm.
All right, so
that's just how we do.
we have fan art from last episode to share. It is in the video description on YouTube. We've got that Gustav headstone from
Oh God, that was so
Crivello.
amazing.
Yeah,
Really
it's
good.
really good. I really like the shovel too.
It's like, and he's got a coffin lid like a shield. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
That was what he described himself with the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the thing about that shovel. I really dig it. Yep, you had to know that was coming. I literally had the glasses on. I mean,
I was waiting for it. I
there's a
knew
softball serve.
Fuck.
And so, in the tradition, Yo Jojo, you need to tell us a bit about Fortuna and what she looks like. so that we can immortalize her in an art piece that we will never forget.
Oh, okay. Well, she's 21, so she's just the right age to get married, Dixon.
Are you about to list all of your qualifications? Sounds good. Let's go over your character sheet while we're doing this as well, too. But yeah, describe what she looks like, and then we'll talk about her.
Okay, so she's 21. She's pretty tall, but like I guess, yeah, she's tall, but not too tall. That's a really great description, I know. She wears like corset. She's the like the whole Southern Belle and more. She wears the corset, the big bustle dress, the parasol, the little handbag, the bonnet. She's all of that and more. She's like a socialite, but she's like a businesswoman type socialite. So she looks like she's a bit dumb, but she's got some brains behind that. Yes. So I don't really know. I'm not very familiar with the character sheet, so I don't really know what I need to say.
Let's cover your character sheet. You have some traits about you.
Yes.
I mean, your drive is gain powers, so that's a very specific.
Yeah, she's kind of power hungry, old Fortuna. So she's just out to be the top, and I guess she sees Dixon as top dog in Troubadour, and she's like, well, I'm not having that. I'm gonna be a piece of that. So she's gonna guess I try to join forces. And
join forces.
Yeah, well,
it's not just a union of businesses; it's a union of houses, friend.
It is, yeah. Come on, what are you doing?
Your interests, much like the stars, are aligned.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Let's run down the rest of your traits real quick here.
Okay, so I have my profession as a noble socialite, but I kind of feel like Paris Hilton, but not like.
Perfect.
Competent.
Perfect.
Yeah, competent Paris Hilton.
I mean, if you don't think Paris Hilton's competent, you haven't been paying close enough attention. She's got millions of dollars. How about you, Tux?
That's true. You don't know me. You don't know my life.
Don't
judge. What's that poster in the background?
My 1-bedroom apartment.
I mean, she was born into money. It's not like you were born into money and you've wound up in a 1-bedroom apartment.
And my specialty is resourceful, so I can always just bring it. I'm very resourceful. My feature is smooth talker, so I'm not in real life, so it's going to be hard to try and portray that, but we'll try. And my personality, my personality is enigmatic. So I got that little something that people always just are drawn to me and want to speak to me, which is true, unlike in real life. But we live through our characters, so.
I want to talk to you. You seem interesting.
Yeah. And just in case people don't want to talk to you, you happen to be a soother who specializes in soothing people's reluctance away.
Nice.
I lure people into me.
Well, that's wow.
Hopefully that would be a good asset to the team.
Nice, yeah.
There was a question as to your hairstyle and hair color here.
Oh
Aerosido's suggesting the Princess Peach look.
I was thinking that, but I'm brunette and I want to represent the brunettes here, guys. So I feel like I wanted to have brown hair because she's not your typical blonde Southern belle. So brunette, please.
Excellent. Excellent.
He does good brunettes anyway.
Oh, good. Can I talk about my tragedy, Arthur?
I mean, yes. Yes, you can. Let's talk about it.
So random when I said it. Yeah. Okay. So my biggest tragedy and the reason for my drive for power is that I was kidnapped and held for ransom, and my father had to pay them off. So it was a really stressful time to be just kidnapped by like goonish thugs. So I don't want to go back there again. So.
Now, you wrote goonish thugs, but I believe the adjective you used to describe them was gross.
Yeah.
That was what you told me you were going to write down.
That was in private.
Don't worry. I'm definitely going to have some gross people in tonight's episode who are just like, I'm sick. My nose is running.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
Let's get to my favorite part of the episode, the part where I put some sunglasses on my face and pretend to pay attention.
Cut me real date.
let's talk about schemes. What kind of plan are we putting together tonight? I know there's been a lot of talk around the electrical company.
Before we get too deeply in that, I feel like we definitely have taken some kind of a breather, like maybe a long one.
Sure.
Like
Maybe that's the
maybe
thing
I
you can
have
do.
20 XP that I'd really like to spend.
Yeah, let's talk about that then.
Okay. Give me 1 second while I open my...
You're like, don't worry, I'm going to snap into being a misting. It's the thing.
I mean, I've talked about that, but I don't think that's actually going to happen.
I mean, yeah, it turns out you were a gold misting all along, and now you're a gold compounder.
Well, shit. I mean, that would be pretty cool, but I don't know if she's done anything particularly traumatic to involve snapping.
I'm increasing
Weren't
my
you
resources.
present at dozens of murders?
I mean...
Weren't you an assassin at least once?
You shot all those horses.
Oh
I
yeah,
did
you shot a
not
bunch
know.
of horses.
I did.
Innocent
I
horses.
mean,
It was like the
I
beginning of
also-
Witcher 3, where I was just like, why are all the horses dying? The people are alive and the horses are exploding.
It was exactly like that, actually. I remember.
I was there.
Yeah, I was there. I was doing the shooting. What stupid page is this on? Aha, here we go. Okay.
I'm increasing my
Um,
resources so that I can get another prop so that I can have gold to store my health in from having stolen gold.
Ah, perfect.
I mean, can't we store the gold in our spikes?
Yes.
Yeah, but I want to store even more.
Yeah, your spike only holds 100.
Right. I'm okay with 100 stored. I haven't spent any of it yet, so I'm fine with that.
Also, it's rumored that in the second book, Alloy of Law 2, they're going to talk about all of the weird stuff that happens to you when you store in your hemalurgic spike, which is a thing that they said you probably shouldn't do. So,
Oh, good.
I see. I mean, I don't know that.
I mean, yeah, I don't know it either. So I'll let you know when the rules come out after the
First of all,
game
that-
ends.
Right? I mean, you could just make up some weird shit and we'll pretend.
Oh, don't worry. I've been making weird shit up the whole time. Let me tell you
I
about
know.
Trell
Oh man.
and
I'm
his
excited
thousand
about
eyes.
I'm excited and traumatized by that. Boy, I guess I should increase my attributes or standing because I don't actually want to snap into a misting, even though I kind of do.
Desha, you got going anything over there?
Yeah. Let's see. Was there a pewter? I might be remembering wrong. Was there a thing that lets me do more damage, like a pewter stunt or something?
Probably. You were an iron ferrochemist, you would be amazing. But you're not.
Probably.
I am going to just increase my charm up to 6. I'm very, very charming.
Remember that when that Inquisitor hit Odalys for like 8 damage?
Oh man, I sure do.
Good
Yeah.
times.
Oh, that was.
Yep. I'm going to. Okay. I'm actually going to take slow burning pewter.
Oh. Okay.
So now
All
I
right.
go up to 10 minutes per charge.
Yeah, I mean, now it sounds like you're some sort of vapor where you're like, slow ride, take it easy. I actually just watched the Acquisitions Inc. game, and they kept misting the stage to represent it being in Cloud Giant Land, and some guy was like, all right, we get it, stage director, you vape, dude, you vape. I cracked up. Yeah. All right, do we have all of the leveling up done?
Then I healed my stuff and everything. So
All right, so I'm being reminded we should probably talk about how Fortuna meets up with the party.
Mm.
slow burning.
I feel like some sort of noble event or business deal, either one of those would be
I was
appropriate.
thinking some kind of like maybe like a what's the word I'm looking for?
Gala?
Investors party or something.
Oh, perfect. I believe that Lord Peter McKinley is holding an investors party for Councilman
that guy.
Franny Mae Binwin's
That
electric
snake in the
plant.
grass.
No, remember, we've got nothing against him. He's now our bestest friend forever, because if you have a rival and you want them to
I
die,
heard he poisoned the water hole.
you should take care of that before you leave the show.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, who cares about that Flint Carson guy anyway?
I mean, I eliminated a bunch of his rivals, and literally before doing it, I was like, hey, is everything going okay? Yeah, I'm just going to go over here and do that. So he knows.
I mean, hashtag Atium Annie. Will she return? I don't know.
If she does, throw the tree.
I mean, she's clearly the final boss of the show.
I mean, I just want her the final scene of the final episode is like her and Flint Carson like holding hands walking to the sunset.
No, I would love the final scene of the show to be her literally doing the high noon, where it's just her like using her zinc and her steel to just be like pew 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 pew.
So, apropos of nothing, we chopped down that tree and carved it into a giant, like, World of Warcraft totem mallet.
Oh no, you just use the like what are they called in Scotland? Cabers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Desha
so,
just becomes a caber tosser.
That'd be amazing.
So I just get her a caber, because I watched her lose that fight.
I mean,
so
that sounds like an item you're gonna have to actually acquire, buddy.
Yeah, no, I'll do a resources roll to have
let's start at the party.
Cable.
What is everybody dressed in? I'm gonna start with you, Fortuna.
Oh.
Lord Peter McKinley
Okay.
is like a former wasteland bandit who's now pretending to be like a noble dude after he came into some money mysteriously. And he's escorting you, and he's like, "Good evening, my dear. How are you doing?"
Well, I'm fine, thank you. Looking forward to make some new acquaintances at your party.
Oh, well, why don't I introduce you to my good friend, Dixon Beaumont?
Oh, well, that would be lovely, thank you.
And what Peter does is, do you have a drink?
Me?
Fortuna, yeah, do you have a drink?
Oh. No, I don't think I would have a drink.
Okay, he
just
hands
yet.
you
I'm
a
just
drink.
Thank you.
And then
What is
he
it?
nudges you slightly so that you spill it on Dixon while you're approaching.
Jim,
Oh.
my heavens.
All
Where-
over the white suit.
Oh.
Well, I have like 15 of these.
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
So sorry.
Lord Beaumont.
Sorry.
Have to look like a fool for the rest of the party. Were you raised in a barn?
Lord Beaumont, how uncharitable. This is Lady Fortuna Emery. She happens to be an investor from the Elendil Power Company.
Well, Miss Fortuna, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, though it is not a pleasure to be in your presence.
Well,
All
I
right,
was going to
Dixon-
offer you my handkerchief, but you could just forget that, you pig.
Dixon, you can see Peter McKinley is just like, yep, I caused this to happen.
Oh, I squint my eyes. It's like,
Yep.
oh, you.
Yeah, he squints his eyes back at you. You both give each other significant PC glances. Daisy, Desha, are you here at the scene of this particular fashion crime, or?
I feel like we have to be here, but maybe
Probably. I think I kind of was thinking about like maybe I left to like maybe go get drinks for people, and I'm coming back.
Just spill the drink on you.
Like, I was
you
trying
don't
to do like a few like what's the tall thin glasses you put champagne in?
A flute?
Flute, yes. A few flutes of champagne. Like, Mr. Beaumont, did you forget how to drink?
No. This lovely lady, with the assistance of Mr. McKinley. I'm sorry, Lord McKinley.
Thank you, Lord Beaumont.
Has it's a simple accident.
Oh, okay.
I'm afraid I'll have to send you out to the land out for the replacement
Oh,
suit.
no need for that. I have several replacement suits. You're just slightly shorter, smaller build. They'll fit you perfectly fine.
Well, I never had to work for the early years of my life. I've always been rich.
Wow, he probably just doesn't react to that because inside he's like, I'm gonna murder you and take your money.
Oh,
Fortuna,
no,
how do you react to Dixon's claim that he's just like, I'm born with the silver spoon?
I'm probably gonna be like, oh, yes, you were. Like, haha, like I want a piece of that. So I'm just gonna sort of laugh and, haha, oh, how charming. I'm sure.
yes, well,
I'll go get that suit for you, Dix.
yeah, don't waste your time. Desha, the replacement suit from the Landau, please. I'll have to freshen up, of course. But in the meantime, perhaps you could get acquainted with my sister. Desha, where is Daisy?
She's like over at the bar, like getting a drink for herself and probably talking to like those guys from the train who were like
Yep, yeah.
talking to her about how terrible an idea the power plant
Yep,
was.
Lord Joma
Like,
Torrance is there, and he's just like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still not sold on the power plant idea. Really, it's just a
No.
marvelous waste of resources, isn't it?
I'm certain it is.
Daisy, do come over for a moment.
Oh, your
There's been
pardon, Roger.
there's been a minor accident, and I have to freshen up. Please do keep Miss Fortuna here company. Introduce yourself. She is well, she's with the power company.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
you
there's
know,
a small frown like briefly crosses Daisy's face for a second, and then she's like, "I'm Daisy Beaumont. Pleasure, I'm sure."
Fortuna's going to take out her fan and start sort of brushing her face. And now that Dixon's kind of going away, she's just going to be like, oh, pleased to meet your acquaintance. And sort of hold out my hand, expecting her to kiss it because I guess she's in her boy kind of clothes.
No, she's wearing a dress actually.
whenever money is involved.
Okay, well then she'll grab the edge of
Desha too.
the collar and say, this is a beautiful dress. You look lovely.
Well, thank you. It's actually got like a conspicuous amount of lace just in the chest area for no apparent reason.
You can
reason
never have
whatsoever.
enough lace.
That's true, and Dixon doesn't agree with me on that point, but maybe we can talk a little bit more about fashion.
Sure, I mean, don't take his advice. He's wearing an all-white suit and it's past Labor Day.
Indeed.
There's definitely a Mistborn version of
Magic
Labor Day.
Day.
No.
Oh.
Listen, there are unions in this world.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
There is
totally.
a Labor Day.
Totally.
I get it.
It's probably just called like what did they call them in Mistborn? The like lower class who weren't nobles?
Ska?
Yeah, they probably just called
Ska's Day?
Ska's Day. Yep. All right, cool. We invented a new holiday, everybody.
It's past Scott.
Ska's Day. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Desha probably comes back now, like holding the suit on a hanger.
No, we go away together, and we're gonna talk.
Okay, so the camera cuts to that scene with you going into the background with the suit, and in the foreground, it's a wire-style conversation that you hear just off the camera, where someone is just like, "Do you think that he needs her to help get the suit on?" And then we cut back to the conversation between Daisy, Fortuna.
How do you like Trumadil so far, Daisy?
Well, it's been right nice to us. We live out on this cute little what's the word for a country house out here? I don't remember.
That sounds so quaint. Do you have a lot of land out here?
Well, not quite as much as I'd like, but how it is. A bit more space than we had back in Ellendale for sure.
Oh, yes. I do believe I read about you back in Allendale before I came out here. I didn't think that you would come out here. I mean, there's nothing. That's why we're bringing a power plant.
Well, there's nothing, and that's what we're here to fix. Now, we do have quite a nice factory. We're putting out them amazing cars. Have you seen the new Dacia model?
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness. Well, mostly I drive a Landau, but with these new cars, I mean, well, I'm afraid my brother's a bit of a stingy one, and he won't just give me a car. I have to buy it for myself. Can you
Oh, well,
believe
you know
that?
what? Women are better when they make themselves, darling.
Well, I suppose that's true. I think I like you, Miss Fortuna.
Oh, I think I like you too.
Back with Desha.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Meanwhile, in the changing rooms.
So I come out exact same suit, only unstained.
Is it a different bolo
Oh no!
tie?
No,
Is there a
wait.
difference?
Is it the Metal Gear Solid style outfit change where you like come out of the stall and it just keeps doing 3D camera sweeps around you to confirm what your clothing looks like, and you're like, wait, it's the exact same suit. Why are they focusing on such detail like the pant crease?
And I say to Desha, you know that Mr. McKinley is, I'm sorry, Lord McKinley is an asshole, but he's my kind of asshole. I like him. I hope we can continue to do business.
Yes, he seems like a person we would work with.
He's
Or-
also the type
or
of person who,
Or murder and hide the body somewhere.
yes, and he's also the type of person who would murder us. So just, be on the lookout, Desha. By the way, I was thinking, after your fight with Atium Annie, we need to get you a large wooden weapon. So
Okay.
many people who could disarm you of your cleaver. I know you prefer it.
Yes.
Maybe we could take that old tree that you nearly destroyed and mill it down to some.
Could we get something obsidian?
Oh, obsidian. Well, I don't know that obsidian. It's a stone, dear. So it would have to be like a wood shaft with many different obsidian heads in it, because you couldn't make obsidian in the size that you're typically used to, because you just chip the obsidian off the base stone.
Obsidian is more interesting than just plain wood.
Yes, we'll get you some sort of obsidian giant axe with, sort of like, not a society that exists at all in our world, but like
I have ideas. I will draw them for you.
Oh yes, use your, yeah, of course, and we could use the factory to mill it down. Yes, this is a great idea. Excellent. I'm glad I thought of it.
Good.
My God. Your idea was great. Glad I thought of it.
So
You want me to throw this away?
oh, I'm not that rich, Desert. We'll clean it. We'd like. We can head back to the party now.
I threw away. Yeah, you come out and some guy's like, I threw away my newest suit just last week after it got a stain. First thing you hear.
Well, fine. He can be wasteful for all I care.
Yeah.
There's wealth and then there's pragmatic wealth. His family's money will only last 3 generations.
Yours may not last 10 minutes at this point.
The Beaumont name will never die.
So Lord McKinley has taken to center stage as everybody groups themselves up and is delivering a very rousing speech, but rousing in the fact that it would probably do better at getting a tavern full of drunken hoodlums more excited than it would a bunch of noble lords. He's like, yeah, the power company is here to stay. Okay, Howard Dean, thank you.
We're going to take back Ellendale.
Howard Johnson is what?
Yeah. And he's just like, who's with me? Who's willing to invest in the future of Trumadill? Electricity, not just powered by anyone, but by mistings. Yes, sirree, mistings and fairings. We'll just send them running in circles, the misting stuff in circles. Oh, he probably does a display with his steel powers, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's iron. Yeah, he just like draws some stuff to him. He's like, the future is now. Future is now. As he's like holding some sort of iron glass, and he takes a drink from it and then tosses it in the air. He's like, once we all invest in the company, we'll be so rich. Every day we can have a gala. It'll be just like the old times.
I would like to make a roll to like at the exact right tenor of the moment be like, yes, I will invest. I pledge the shares, like.
I was wondering if I thought you were for sure gonna like preempt him and just like get up on stage to take over the presentation.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I feel like that's probably a wits roll.
Okie doke. I would like to call on some traits. I would like to call on civilized.
Oh yes.
I would like to call on conniving because I'm trying to trick other people to, like, I'm trying to use the cadence of the moment to trick other people into saying yes as well.
I will accept that.
And natural leader. To try and because I'm trying to
not
lead
with
it.
Just like I'll buy in. If you were up on stage preempting him, that would be natural.
That's fair. That's fair enough. And wealthy landowner, maybe. Money.
I don't think your wealth or your land ownership. Maybe your wealth, but definitely not the landowning part.
Okay.
You're just throwing money around. You aren't like, I'll put my estate behind it. If you want to do that. I feel like this is Burning Wheel. I'm like, yeah, you can get an extra die as long as you put literally everything you own at risk. I'm so confident in this scheme. I'll put my factory behind it.
What was that? Devil's bargain?
I think 5d6 when I can reroll all 5 of those dice is sufficient.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Math.
Just make sure you say Luckomancer.
Yep.
Luckomancer. How's a pair of 4s with a nudge do you?
Yeah, that'll do it. So shortly afterwards, it's like the New York Stock Exchange. A bunch of people are like raising pieces of paper for no apparent reason. They're like, I'll be behind it. Yeah.
Buy. Sell.
And McKinley like doffs his hat towards you, like, well played, Dixon.
And I give him a knowing look like, yes, we can be assholes to each other, but also let's be friends.
Frenemies.
A knowing PC glance that communicates that entire sentence, as per usual.
You know what? Let's have that scene immediately afterwards. He comes down from the podium and he approaches all of you and is like, Dixon, I was surprised to hear you were willing to back this plan so readily. My understanding was that your family was deeply opposed to the power plant.
For my family.
Fortuna's going to look up and sort of keep fanning and be like, bitch.
What do you mean?
Yeah, and like Daisy looks like she's about to say something, and then Dixon jumps in, and so she just kind of shuts her mouth and like pouts a little bit.
The Beaumont family has a wide array of opinions, but as the head, I see a prosperous and progressive and industrious future for Trumadill. And frankly, Mr. McKinley, I've always, we've had our differences, we've had our run-ins, but
your man tried to kill me twice.
I didn't try and kill you twice.
Your man tried to kill me twice.
Well,
that no good son of a rattlesnake.
Well,
Flint Carson.
And you will note that we terminated our employment of Mr. Carson very shortly
The second
afterwards.
fastest gun in Trumadill.
Yeah, speaking of Atium Annie. Anyway, I just think that, you're my kind of man, Mr. McKinley. I think that business between us and our interests align.
Well, before you say too much more, Dixon, I'm way more interested in your sister than I am in you.
That's not what I meant.
Oh my goodness.
It was a turn of phrase, and also.
Okay. Well, Trumadill's very progressive. I just wanted to lay down the
Yeah,
basic
no,
groundwork.
that's fair enough.
Sometimes when two men are out in the bush together, things can get a little different, but it's been years since I had to do that.
Yes, it's important to be clear when entering into a romantic relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So anyway, I was just talking about business interests aligning.
Yeah, perfect. Well, we should have that power plant start building in about a decade. We'll all be rich by then.
Yeah. Well, is any chance that we could get that built a little bit faster, because we're due in like 2 episodes to have a climactic battle on the roof of that building?
I mean, do you want to rephrase that in a way less meta version?
No, because I wouldn't even say it without the joke.
You wouldn't say something like, "I'd like the power plant built sooner so that my investment can be repaid"?
Why is it going to take 10 years? That seems awfully.
Oh, well, some sort of holdup in the city council between Councilman Franny May Binwin, Bell Gefenre, some sort of political kerfuffle between the two of them and the rest of the nobility.
Now, saying hypothetically that I were to solve that little kerfuffle to make the power plant show up a little sooner, would perhaps an extra portion of shares be in it for someone who could manage such a thing?
I'd say share and a half.
We'll talk. And
I could definitely take part of my stake and hand a half share to you for your good service on behalf of the community.
Well, I will.
You know what they say, you gotta have money making money. That's a thing I've heard.
Yeah, the phrase "have money to make." Anyway, then I will most assuredly get involved and see if I can't grease the wheels of bureaucracy. And I sort of raise the flute of champagne, as a sort of like, yes, let's do this, ha ha ha, rich business person plan.
Of course. Even the laugh is perfectly rich business person.
Kesha has an ale.
Raise the glass.
Yeah, Daisy raises her glass and like has a sour look on her face, and she just drains it and just like kind of walks away back over to the refreshment table.
Miss Fortuna, as well, seeing as how you have a vested interest in the power plant and its expedient arrival, perhaps you could make a showing on behalf of your interests when we visit the council tomorrow, and to try and root out this little problem. What I'm saying is perhaps you could come with.
Certainly. I mean, I was talking to Daisy about your lovely estate, and perhaps we could discuss your opinions on our bureaucracy stance, perhaps tomorrow.
Yes. Why don't you visit? We'll have a light breakfast, and then you can join me in trying to grease the wheels of bureaucracy.
Do you like peppers with your eggs?
Why, yes, I do. Thank you.
All right.
Always thinking ahead, Dasher. That's why you make the big money.
Fortuna's gonna just be
That
like,
and the cleaver.
greasing the wheels indeed, and walk off and go and speak with someone else.
Okay. It sounds like the perfect time to make a plan.
All right, we
Man, that was so much fun without the plan.
Well,
Let's just not have a plan.
no.
You know how this works, Wreckage. All right, taking a nap. Tux, take it away.
All right, guys. So, question 1. What's your goal?
To expedite the production of the power plant that we have large monetary investment in.
I don't like that plan. Can we check it out the window?
You don't like that plan because you failed a roll once.
And I'm gonna stick by that forever.
And never, and never, and never, and never.
You know, failing a roll doesn't mean your mind can never change.
That's true, but you haven't really tried to change.
Yeah, you
your
haven't
mind.
tried to change it. You've just
Yeah.
been like, shut up.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Turn down the television, Daisy.
I'm-
Stop listening to Fox News.
I'm pretty sure it goes something like, I think the power plant is a bad idea. And then Dix is like, no, it's a good idea.
Hush.
I know best. Shh.
I
And
mean,
then
I never
like,
said that. I just
well,
and
Dixon doesn't like it, so obviously I'm right.
Are you
Um,
saying he's dick-splaining it to you?
it's not
no,
like
no,
she was
he's
ever.
not, because he doesn't even bother to
doesn't
try to
explain
explain
it.
it. That's the thing.
It's not like we ever actually sat down and had a conversation where you were like, "The power plant is a horrible idea."
Yeah, I know, but we're probably going to now. But that's neither here nor there. It's fine.
All
Well,
right.
then we can have that interaction.
Okay.
Arrow's sending me
So-
some fan art. I'm currently evaluating it. God damn, he's so fast.
I know. Holy
All
crap!
right,
Fast like greased
Too
lightning.
good.
here we
He's
go. This is our Fortuna. Oh, Fortuna.
She's beautiful.
Oh, that's
gosh.
so good. Oh
That
my
is-
gosh!
Well, welcome to the fan art reel at the beginning of the show.
Oh, get off.
Right?
Damn.
I love the
Man.
like detail
good.
on the flowers.
Yeah. right?
Cute. I
It
love
sure,
my dress.
it
my
sure would be a
God.
shame if our favorite game, where we get all of the best Aristotle art,
Nope, get
were
out.
to be canceled for some reason.
Get out.
She's so beautiful. You did a great job.
Thank you so much, Aristotle, as ever.
So what's our method,
Man.
man?
I mean, we don't even
I-
know
I guess
really what's
would it
going
be
on.
would it be influence? Because we're trying to like bureaucratize this.
Well,
Or-
I feel like the I don't know how to put it into words, but the idea is that we're going to go and talk to everybody and figure out what the problem is, and then say, hey, don't do
So
that.
it's a social plan?
It's talking, or we're going to solve it with talking and
Okay.
words.
Yeah, let's put social.
Unless of course people are stubborn, and then we have to kill them to get what we want.
That's going to
Social
happen
grace.
either way. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, this is Mistborn. You're gonna murder somebody.
Oh, no, no, get that one out of there.
I mean, we once went an episode without killing anybody.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Did we kill anybody in the racing episode?
Yes.
Yeah,
that was
you
the
killed the
episode
two
where
people at the
I
end of
fell
it.
off- yeah, like we killed like multiple people in that episode, including
No, we just
guy
put
that
them in the
fell off roof.
hospital.
No.
First
Mm.
off, that one drunk guy fell off the roof and died.
Yeah.
That is not our fault.
I beat two dudes into comas.
Yep.
Yeah, comas. That's not death.
Hmm.
Let's see here. I mean, Nolan Sorrento and his son are both dead.
But that was the next episode.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
'cause they
ended
came
the
to our house and
episode
we killed
with
them
the victory
Yeah,
of the race.
Because the second episode
Oh.
was when we had Virgil back to
Yes. He took over Nolan Sorrento.
yeah, that's why Nolan Sorrento is still alive and only
Yeah.
his son tragically died.
Was there a particular for the next question? What's standing in our way? Was
He's
there a
not still
particular?
alive though, right?
Uh,
You guys didn't
was there
kill him.
a particular
Does
person
that
or,
mean
just-
is it a specific person, or is it like the opinion of the public of Trumadil?
Yeah, it can be either of those things. What do you want it to be?
Yeah. Because it sounds like there's a faction of people that don't want the power plant. So I would guess I'm not sure if they have a name or
I've
like
got some ideas. I've got some names.
Can you get off?
Well, yeah. Well, then
I'm not saying I have binders full of women, but I have names.
Yeah.
that joke is still funny 4 years later.
Yeah.
I know it's funny because I also make that joke 4 years later.
If you want to say specific people or things that you would like me to add to what I may already have, or it could be you have something better and I drop what I have.
So as a matter of fact, I don't. This is another situation where I think we actually don't know a lot of the information going into it to fill out all these answers, right?
Well, like we know that there is like a lot of people against the power plant.
Yeah, you can just say the nobility are against it. What's standing in your way? The nobility.
I mean, we know what's his name at
But
the
not
very
all of
least.
them are. We don't know who is,
The opposition nobility.
It's basically like,
Daisy knows.
what's standing in your way? Well, the
Oh, that's
people who
true.
are
Daisy
standing
does
in our
know.
way-
She hangs out with that crowd now.
Yeah.
She's a part of the old bloods.
Yeah, so a portion of the nobility. Should we just say a portion of the nobility?
Yes, a portion of the nobility is a perfect answer.
Nobility.
I mean, we have the Diction faction and the Daisy faction.
Mhm.
No, we're gonna get it all squared
That's
away.
right, Mistborn Civil War announcing the new show.
Oh man, that'd be cool.
I mean, Captain America still loses at the end every time. Iron Man, superior choice. I guess
so
that
a
makes
portion of the
Desha
nobility-
Black Panther. Do you have like a hang glider that you
Oh
fly
man,
away with at the end of the show?
Black Panther is so good. Is there anybody else like that? I guess, do we want to make up anybody else or
Nah, that's fine.
portion of the nobility?
Remember, this took us like 40 million minutes last time, so let's just skip to the end.
Yeah, a portion of the because a portion of the nobility is actually fairly substantial by itself because they're going to have more around them.
It's a sufficient answer. Is the gist?
What's your in? So,
I am a council member.
yeah, the council and our new friends family relations.
We haven't touched on it yet, but I won council membership in a race.
You did.
So I am a
did.
council member.
You
Council
haven't actually
membership.
claimed it yet because everyone's laughed you out of every room you've ever been in, but technically you are one.
All right, council membership and family ties. So like we basically we can technically get into where we want to go.
Oh yeah, if Fortuna wants to open doors for you, she can.
Yeah,
she's actually rich.
Right.
Now I am actually super rich.
I mean,
Arthur.
in true Modillion stances, you are. I think, isn't your sister richer than you are?
No, not anymore. That was
And I mean,
technically
as
true at first.
As far as statistics go, we're both richer than she is.
That's true, but she's got daddy's money.
That's true. No, we're both equally rich at this particular moment.
It's all equal.
So what do we have to work with?
That my
Money?
council membership. Oh wait, no, that's different.
That was our in. So yeah, I put both down because like you can get in the council. Fortuna has family ties. And
Well,
money.
we have the
has a connection to
The
Jeremy,
opposition
whatever
party.
his name is.
Yeah.
I
Doma
wrote it down
Torrance.
somewhere, but I'm pretty sure that I threw that piece of paper away.
The opposition. Yeah, so that can get us in with them if we need to.
We have the support of all of these nobles who just agreed to invest, right? Like,
Yeah,
But they're
we're
not
in-
council
yeah,
members.
It's true.
Are in
They
with
have some pull
God
anyway.
damn it, fucking, it's been 3 months.
You're MIT grad
Do
student.
we need to reset the counter number of days?
Beige filter
reset
has.
the
Lost his backdrop.
in favor of the plant.
I have to admit, it's been nice with it not falling down all the time.
Mhm.
Or him like vaguely holding it up while also
Yeah.
looking like he's gonna cry at the same time because he's shaking with anger.
Just desperately waiting for the break.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, that was back when I had the shitty duct tape because like I didn't even bother to reattach it because I knew it would just fall again. This particular duct tape job literally lasted 2 months. It just now failed.
You need to get like clamps or something. Get it all professional.
Give him the clamps.
Give them the clamps. or clamp like objects. Anything else you want to have to work with? Anything like material or physical?
So we've got our in. Well,
Ooh.
we have.
Can we? I mean, Daisy's not on board with this plan, but Kelsa is. So, can we have like pamphlets about how great the power plant is going to make Trumadil?
How great
cool,
electricity is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
Propaganda.
Like I'm playing Beyond Good and Evil again. Propaganda. Ooh, ooh.
Stop it.
Sweet.
I like it.
Oh, your cat's attacking you. It's just like my life.
There you go. So what don't we know?
Well, we don't know what the issue that's actually like.
Yeah, the actual thing.
There's
Like,
it's not just the fact that some people don't want it. There's some. Well, we
Uh,
know a little bit about it. There's some sort of seedy love interest thing going on right now.
the main reason of opposition.
Yeah, something's going down.
I guess, and I'm cool with giving us to Arthur to play with. Is like if there's something behind the scenes of just like a few nobles not liking this. Like, is there a deeper reason besides this? Like, not a deeper reason, but like more people that are against it that are like more powerful than just a couple nobles in Trumadil.
Well, it sounds like
I may have already had some thoughts along that manner.
Well, because I know there's like other stuff that's like higher up in the world than nobles now in Alloy of Law, like because there's like the weird cults and like stuff with the survivor and everything, and like.
Well, and there's also just like you actually holding a position in government makes you more powerful than a noble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, they have like a House of Commons, House of Lords type thing going on.
Yeah.
In Elendil, at least.
Others that might, others that might be against the plant. Any other ideas for what we don't know?
That's fine. That's enough. Let's
My
get
favorite
going.
question comes next.
What could go wrong?
We could delay the power plant well past.
I guess that's the exact opposite of what we want. The power plant is delayed or canceled.
Like scrapped, yeah.
I actually like the word scrapped even better because it implies that it's partially built and then they unbuild it.
Right?
You screwed up so much.
We have to
Tear it
sell
all
it for
down.
pieces.
Start over.
I mean, that's how building development works nowadays.
I mean, I hate to add things, but that could go wrong. But the council seat could be lost.
Like lose all social type, like from like province that he has.
Yeah, or our social.
They're just like yuck. It's no, don't even
ties
mess
are
with these people.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Perfect.
9
The
out of
guests
10.
always have such great suggestions of how to destroy
It's
Dixon's
almost
life.
like they don't care about what happens after they leave.
So what comes next? So if our plans, if all of our plans go perfectly smoothly, the power plant is put on fast
lead
track.
up to that final showdown of like the fight scene in the rain.
No,
Like,
if everything goes perfectly, then finally no one will be questioning the wealth of the Beaumont family. We will make so much money off of this. That
Oh, okay, yeah. So we the Beaumonts established themselves as an act like a.
we
How
do
will
away with this scandalous bullshit that the Beaumont family is somehow nouveau riche or not, not up to snuff.
Comes next.
I will have one episode of this show before it is over where people respect the name Beaumont.
Wow, did you literally just Fort Minor us? I love the idea of Dixon like taking his coat off and preparing for a rap battle with his arms out, and he's just like, all right, I'm loosening myself up. This is 20% luck. 10% skill? Actually, it's like 100% luck.
It's like 90-10.
Perfect. If anyone was wondering what I was singing earlier when I was not talking, I was just doing Hamilton lines.
Right.
I knew it. I totally knew it, and I could not take you seriously because I'm sitting there, I'm watching you do it, and I'm like, no, it's in my head again.
What comes next? A Zapdos is inside the power. I mean, that's my next. That's my next crossover.
Yeah, that's gonna be the episode. We push rocks onto switches and get through the cave. And
I mean, the Kalos region and the Mistborn universe overlap in a way that we'll never be able to untwine. Lumiere City
totally
and
reasonable.
Elendil merge.
100% plausible.
All right. So first objective. We go to. I know what we want to do, but wording it. So like we go to the meeting and schmooze.
Schmooze. There we go. Well, schmooze at the council meeting.
I feel like you need to like get Fortuna to be on your side with this. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how's it going to benefit her for you to have a good name at the end of all of this?
Well,
I feel like
am I incorrect in aren't you from the family of the power plant?
yeah, but it doesn't benefit me if you come out good at the end of it.
Well,
Do
I
you know
come
what
out good by the power plant happening. So our goal, the mutual goal is the power plant happening. The fact that I come out good at the end of it.
I mean, what I'm hearing is objective one is get Hamilton by your side. It might be nice. Yeah. And so I'm thinking maybe Fortuna and Dixon have to come to an arrangement.
I mean, sure.
Wreckage, I can see your reluctance, but everyone's shipping it.
Well,
you know how the show works.
It's not that. It's just that our goals are already aligned. I feel.
I mean, some of the goals.
Like, she could still get the power plant built without. Like, it's not a big deal to her if it's in Trumadil or not. She could just go somewhere else and build it.
All right.
I don't see no ring on this finger to help you out, buddy. So...
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, what she said.
She don't need a man to make this power plant happen.
Yeah.
She's a strong, successful heiress, and she don't need no man.
Yeah.
We're bad at this show. We're really, really awful at broadcasting.
So first objective, get all of us on the same page. 2, schmooze at the council meeting. 3, I guess not convince, but should we just put deal with? Not making it. It's.
I mean, deal with for you almost always involves killing somebody,
right?
Resolve the delay. I don't know. That's.
I know it's too broad to be a.
Maybe you want to just stop at schmooze at the council meeting.
Yeah, sure. Because we can take a short breather and redo this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's find out what's going on, and then we will.
Because again, a short breather is an hour, where we're just like, hey, we have new information.
Yeah, at some point during that, everyone is going to have a tea and biscuits break, so... yeah, let's talk about this first scene where Fortuna...
so it's the next morning?
Yeah.
Cool.
Coolio, daddy-o.
Fortuna, you're the one pushing very hard for this. Any chance I could get you to set the scene? Where are we when you approach Dixon for,
Okay. I feel like because I kind of forced him to force me like an invite to his house. So I feel like a shot of the big Beaumont estate and Fortuna kind of like perhaps getting out of a carriage or something, however she got there. Not on my damn rail pass, Arthur. Just let me get there in a carriage.
Yeah, you get there in a carriage. You're rich.
She's wearing a beautiful dress, got a corset nice and tight, and she's going to walk up and sort of knock on the door with her like gloved hand.
Yeah, and like a moment later, Desha opens it up. I feel like Dixon would be like, okay, so we want to impress her, so wear the dress.
No, actually, Dixon's gonna be like, you wore the dress last night. Just go ahead and.
Oh, good, I get a treat.
Yeah, I understand that it's very troublesome for you.
Cool.
I'll try not to ask you to wear it more than one day in a row.
All right, yeah. So Desha then opens the door, standing in her 6'11" tallness, and now she's just wearing like very simple, like a shirt that's been ripped. So it's basically a vest, and then simple like just brown pants and no shoes.
Fortuna's gonna extend a hand and go, oh, Desha, you don't look well, and then go in for the whole double-sided air kiss.
I'm quite well. I think it's impossible for me to get sick now.
I'm just gonna flatter my fan in my face and be like, that's a bit weird. Perhaps before I see Mr. Beaumont, which is the reason I'm here, I could perhaps freshen up a bit.
Sure, I can take you to the bathroom. And then
Okay, Fortuna's gonna go into the bathroom and she's gonna pop one of those misting vials. She gonna get her man and get rid of that
Nice.
reluctance.
Nailed it. Nailed it. She came in with a plan and isn't leaving without what she wants.
Yeah, she'll let her in, like kind of take her to the room, and then when she comes out, like your food will be ready shortly. Breakfast will be served in the dining room.
Thank you, darling.
And I'll like just motion and then lead that way. Are you guys are you two there, or are you upstairs where I need to come get you?
I feel like Daisy is like back in her normal like boy clothes and is like has spent the morning out like with May and her dog. Just
I forgot about May.
I know
It's been a couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I know, that's why I had to bring her back. It's important. So yeah, May, her dog, giant mastiff, is they're playing like in the backyard. And they have been this all morning. And so that's where Desha has to go to call her in for breakfast.
Cool.
Where she's definitely like taken a slide on the grass and has like a grass stain up one arm. Like definitely smells like dog.
Yeah, so I'll
As you do.
I'll show Fortuna to the dining room and like pull out a seat for her, and then I will go get Mr. Beaumont and Miss Daisy. Please excuse me.
Thank you.
And then I'll head out to the backyard and Miss Daisy, Miss Anne-Marie is here.
Unmute. That works. There we go.
There we go.
Everyone was waiting. Everyone was like, what's happening? Is she going to snub her?
My mouse got lost and then I couldn't figure out how to unmute. Okay. So yeah, she just kind of looks up from where she's like kneeling with the dog and is like, oh my goodness, I suppose I'm gonna have to change, aren't I? Tell her I'll be right along. And then Daisy goes up to change out of her dirty clothes, but probably like walks by the open door of the dining room so that you can get, so she'll be seen heading upstairs, and she'll be down in a minute.
Dixon, like you go to find him, and I'm just coming out of my freaky basement dungeon. Like locking the door behind me. Click, click.
No,
Yeah, there's still somebody down
there.
Excuse me, I don't know where I am.
I mean, you've got the guy who doesn't know anything, and you've got Winston Smiley, like Man in the Iron Mask down there or something.
Yeah, right. He took all of his memories and put them in a copper ring that I have. And then I locked him away because I can't get at the memories in the ring, but I don't, if I give him the ring, he knows why he's in there. It's this crazy thing. You're gonna figure it out. In the meantime, I'm feeding him and keeping him alive. And
Man, I need to talk to Unmade again sometime. That's an amazing game. God, when he repeated the same line over again, that was insane.
It was so good. That was that was top tier.
Yeah, I love that episode, and I'm glad that we can be reminded of it every time I come out of my basement. Right. So I like slide back the like wine keg or whatever hides my freaky basement dungeon.
A keg filled with wine. Where
yeah.
do you? I mean, I've heard of box wine, but keg wine? Where do you get your kegs? It's clearly a library door that swings open and closed, right? It's a fake
like
bookshelf.
A bookcase, yeah.
I've played Dishonored. I know how this works.
We have some fake, maybe it's a fireplace, whatever. Let's have the audience in their mind just choose their favorite secret door.
Oh, it's like play your own adventure. Got it.
Right.
What's your favorite secret door? Vote
Look
now.
at this cat. this cat is showing its butt on stream.
Yep.
My favorite secret door is a cat's butt. What?
My cats have been very, very kind as to not show their butts today, unlike yesterday, where we got at least 2 separate cat butts.
Right, yes.
Miss Emery is here.
Miss Amory, yes, of course. Thank you. Well, time to start the day, as is the case, Dasha. Well, we'll be doing a lot of work today, so after you're done serving breakfast, prepare a lunch to pack. Just in case.
All right.
We may not have time to stop at any of the restaurants in town.
That sounds fair. And then I'll head to the kitchen.
I'll head to
Do
the
my
dining
thing.
room.
I'm just gonna inject friction into the scene so that
Yeah.
he's just standing dressed in like a mechanic's outfit, but he's got a butler towel over his arm. And he's just like waiting with a boiling hot thing of tea. No, it's freezing cold. You can see the frost on it. And he'll heat it up when it's ready.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Oh, it's good.
Yup.
It's good.
Heat powers are so cool.
He
I love
sees
heat powers.
Emery Fortuna and Dixon Beaumont come in, and he's like, "My lord, my lady, would you like some hot tea with breakfast?"
Yes, Mr. Yes, Friction. I'm very surprised. You seem to be enjoying yourself.
I've been spending my nights here. And then like the tea like immediately starts boiling as he pours it into your glasses.
You see, Miss Emery, here at the Beaumont Estate, even our butlers are mistings.
I'm a fairy.
Right, yes, sorry, fair enough.
It's completely different.
Yeah, no, of course, I understand.
I think this is a good time for Daisy to come back in.
Perfect.
So she's wearing like a different flannel shirt, and she's got her little flat cap on, and she's coming downstairs to have breakfast, and she like tips her cap at Miss Fortuna.
Oh, Daisy, I love your outfit. It's there. Is that what everyone's wearing out here? Maybe I should get a pair.
No, it's just what she wears out here.
Lots of people wear this sort of thing, and it's so comfortable. You would be surprised.
I do admire having a nice tight figure in this corset, but I would like the freedom of a shirt and pants.
It's very freeing, let me tell you. Running around with a skirt on is, well, I've done my fair share of that. I'm tired of it.
Well, we can all talk about how free we are after we're filthy rich. Speaking of, Miss Amory, I do hope you intend to join us at the council meeting this afternoon so that we can grease the wheels of putting your power plant in our fine city.
Sure. Look, since the family's all here, I figure I'd just get this out of the way. Look, Dixon, men of power are emotionally inept to the needs of the heart. So let me get to it. I'll cut to the chase. I've known of your family for a while, and I greatly admire a man with a plan and power. So I think we should perhaps approach this council meeting as a family business, if you catch my drift.
I'm afraid I don't.
Like I said, men are stupid. I'm just gonna kind of look at Daisy and be like, is he always like this?
Now, the brother dear, do you remember when you had a bit of a plan to marry me off in order to further some business dealings?
Well, you'll recall that marriage was never serious in the first place.
Now, it was still a plan, though, brother. I think she's trying to imply something of the kind, but with an actual marriage involved. Tying money to money, so they say.
I fail to see how that progresses the power plant in truth. We have spoken for 15 minutes, 10 of which you were spilling a drink on me.
Now look, do I sense some reluctance in you, hun? And I'm
I
gonna reach
sense-
out my arm
I
and
sense
sort of
some
start just like rubbing his arm. And
You
be like,
said some
"Come on, baby."
confusion, perhaps even offense.
Wreckage.
Yeah, hi.
How much reluctance would you say you currently feel about this? I know you have confusion and offense, but what level of reluctance would you say you have?
Reluctance. Unwillingness or disinclination to do something.
How disinclined do you feel about getting married?
I am disinclined to acquiesce to this request.
Well, thank you, Captain Barbosa, but you're in one. You best start believing in Mistborn stories. You're in one. Would you say that you have a strong level of reluctance?
I would say I have a severe level of reluctance.
Very well. Well, good luck, Aaron, because that's a level 5 roll.
Damn.
Okay, so how does the roles work in this? What do I? So I can pick traits and things, or?
Yeah. Let's talk about some traits you can throw in on this.
I was thinking gain power, because I want to be
yeah.
in with
Hands
this.
down. Yes, absolutely.
I'm resourceful, so I can see that he's reluctant, which is why I took my misting vial, and I
Yeah.
wore my nicest dress. A smooth talker, so I can talk him around into like, come on, let's keep the money together.
Yep.
And I'm enigmatic. Why don't you like me? What the hell?
Well,
It's just so sudden.
with your bonus die from reluctance, you have 10 dice, which is the maximum you can have.
Damn.
Okay.
And you were looking to get a pair of 5s.
Okay, so what do I type into roll 20?
/ roll
Oh.
10d6.
Yep.
SD.
And SD at the
Yeah,
end? or-
SD will sort them so that the 5s will be at the front end.
Okay, here we go.
You put a space in it, that's why. You have
Oh,
one
no.
5 and a bunch of 4s.
Ooh, so close.
The good news is that with a pair of 4s and a nudge, there are no consequences from this action. No one notices. No one's like, is she soothing him? No. And you don't like accidentally spill a drink on him. No, you go in for the kill, and his willpower is just too strong.
Damn him.
His reluctance to marry you is incredibly strong, like a burning fire of hatred.
I mean, I wouldn't call it hatred. Per
He
se.
literally said hatred and confusion. I'm pretty sure I remember that.
I said offense and confusion.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, hatred is a little strong. It's just this is so forward that it is actually somewhat.
Dixon likes to
Offense.
wear the pants in the family and can't stand that.
What
lady.
I heard was that he needs to be romanced.
Oh,
You need to wine and dine me. You need to take me out to a movie first.
movies don't exist yet.
You take him out in a pond in a rowboat.
You need to take me out, a pond in a rowboat with a parasol. You need to take me out to a theater production. Note to self, let's invent movies.
I mean, one of the
actually, we
Mistborn
could
books.
star in the first movie, The Great Train Robbery.
Yes, exactly, of course. So I have a question, Arthur.
The first movie is literally about Dixon murdering a bunch of people on the train.
I remember that. That was a good time.
It's a historical recreation, and it's just as brutal. Like, they haven't invented movie standards yet, so they're literally like shooting blood makers, and then there's actual blood like flying everywhere.
It's just like, well, let's just hire some poor people to actually be killed on.
No, they just hire gold fairings to just get get
Super
shot.
that's a great
realistically.
idea.
Oh my gosh. That is what I want to see. Like
Gold fairing stunt.
fairly modern Mistborn would be amazing.
Oh my god, it would be so cool.
Hours.
Oh no, the next one we have to do, like the next time period is 1920s
Yeah,
Mistborn.
1920s. It's industrial.
Yeah, like gangster and movies and sock hops.
Yeah, I'm Dixon Beaumont Jr. My pops taught me how to use this here gun. And he's like, I don't even need the gun because I'm a steel misting.
Oh, my
We're
God.
getting ahead of ourselves. Little Dixon Beaumont Jr. hasn't been born yet, but we know that his waifu is here, so...
Oh my God! And the Thompson gun would be called like an Annie gun for
Oh,
APGaming.
perfect.
Yeah.
ADM
Oh
Annie.
shit. Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh, all right. I'm glad that we've written the next game. So Arthur, my
Dear
question
Brandon Sanderson.
is like per fail roll means that I feel no difference.
You feel no difference.
Okay.
So she's putting her hand on your arm and, like, rubbing your arm.
Now, far be it for me to reject the notion of a beautiful young lady being interested in my hand, but as I have said, and I sort of like remove physical contact, we have spoken for all of 15 minutes, Miss Emery, and I fail to see the full extent of the benefits of such an arrangement. You should at least court me a little bit, for heaven's sake.
What? Well,
Frictions just talks up in the background and is like, that's very uncharitable. Shouldn't you be courting her?
Exactly. Exactly, Mr. Friction. I should be courting you if I had such an interest.
It's just
Shall
friction.
I mark down a day on your calendar?
I come in now with
next
that
week?
with a plate and a few things of eggs.
You're available in 3 days for a date, sir.
Perhaps, Mr. Friction, perhaps
I've
Miss
marked
Emery.
it down in your schedule already. We'll make sure to get you there.
Perhaps, Miss Emery, if you were interested in acquiring my affections, you would do an impressive job today while we work towards building your power plant in True Medill. After all, I find a lady who can get things done more attractive than a lady who asks to be married in the first 15 minutes of knowing
Fortune is
somebody.
going to stand up and sort of be like, I don't think I want the affections of your kind. I am Fortuna Emerald. I could build this power plant anyway. I don't need to have your affection. You need to have my affection, sir.
Well, I fail to see that, madam.
Friction is leaning over you, Fortuna, and has, like, an appointment calendar and is checking to see if, like, noon in 3 days is good with you.
I don't see why I should have to wait 3 days to prove myself. He should be proving himself.
He's
Are
very
you going to
strange
continue
like that.
to argue, or do you want your breakfast?
Oh, maybe we should just
Yeah,
schedule the wedding for 3 days from now at noon.
That's a bit presumptuous. I won't be able to have a cake ready by then.
It's a bit presumptuous to ask someone to marry you in the first 20. I'm sorry. I just checked my watch. 20 minutes of knowing somebody.
It's been
You are
done that
getting
way
married?
between nobility for hundreds of years.
I was gonna say that, but nobody listens to me, and nobody gives me my eggs.
Dude, I was confused. I thought we were arguing.
We can eat and argue, Miss Desha.
Lady Beaumont, do you need me to reheat your eggs?
Well, that'll be lovely. Thank you, Friction.
So Friction, like, grabs your plate and, like, touches it for a brief second, like, beep.
That is such a handy power to
I
have.
love heat powers. They're so cool.
So good.
Thank you, Friction. Oops, I thought
Fortune
the
is
plate's
still
down.
standing up, glaring at Dixon, being like, I'm gonna walk out. Like, that's not a good proposal.
No, it's not. I'm glaring back at you. And
Friction
like,
is looking at Daisy like, he gives you the significant PC glance, like, no one is ever going to marry him at this point. Please help him out. Friction would love for the factory not to get shot down now that he's the head man.
Yes, that's true. Like,
me
Daisy
being unwed is not going
swallows-
to shut down a factory.
swallows her eggs and rolls her eyes, and it's like, now hang on a minute, please, Miss Fortuna. My brother is stubborn, we can say, yes? And, well, I think the problem here is that he's not thinking about this as a business deal. Secretly, he's a romantic at heart, and I'm afraid you just stomped all over his dreams. Maybe we can start over.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. Am I the only person who doesn't want to marry someone that they just met?
I mean, maybe that's why you moved out here to Trumadiel, was to get with the more progressive times instead of following noble traditions and all. But
I'll remind you, sister, that the Beaumont family does not have a history of arranged marriages working out well.
I know, look at our parents.
That was the insidious, ominous thing that I just said for the right that like that's what I was doing. I was calling upon our tragedy there.
She got you.
Perhaps I am being a bit hasty. I mean, matters of the heart don't really comply to the rules. But I don't exactly see anybody else throwing themselves at you, Mr. Dixon.
And you all getting a little bit old there, brother.
I am 25.
Oh, when you say that, Friction like raises a hand to his face, like.
Do you not think that going to the council, proposing to build a family-run business in Trumidale would not win the favor of the people?
I feel it would be far more scandalous that Dixon Beaumont, look at him. Emery's been in town for all of 15 minutes and already they're getting married. I feel it would distract from the business at hand.
Couldn't you just say that you've begun a relationship in both business and pleasure? I don't know how nobles do things.
That sounds good.
I mean, you lie a lot, Dixon. Why don't you just tell people that she came out here to marry you or something, and now you're going to make this business together?
That's a good point, Friction. I mean, maybe we can invent a relationship that you all had back in Ellendale that just no one ever heard about.
That would be a spectacular lie if I was looking for a lie to explain away why we're getting married. Apparently, I'm the only person in this room who has not decided that I am getting married.
Desha, what do you think?
Well, to be fair, you might have to wear a dress, Desha. I'm afraid that may influence your vote here.
Think about how much work the fake wedding was.
I did lose a fight at the fake wedding.
We have another wedding. Atium Annie is going to show up, and we're all going to die.
I would get the second chance to fight her, though.
We haven't even bought your cool obsidian weapon thing yet.
Oh, yes, I have.
I could finance that endeavor. I do have my money.
That's not a sufficient dowry.
Oh my god, amazing. Her dowry to you is a giant hunk of obsidian the size of a tree. Literally everyone at the wedding is like, is it symbolic of something?
It's symbolic of how our love cannot be affected by outside forces.
Golden has the perfect compromise. You guys go to a gambling den and you just gamble all night and then announce in the morning that one of you lost a bet and now you're getting married.
Perfect.
You don't have to elaborate who.
Dixon
It's perfect.
wipes his mouth after finishing his eggs, sets down with impetus his napkin on his dish as he stands up and says, Desha, get the Landau. We're going to the council meeting.
Now that's my Landau.
I do like how he co-opted it.
I will take my carriage if I have to, sister.
Well, are you going by yourself?
I just don't appreciate that you are conscripting my Landau after you are insisting that I have to pay for my own if I want to buy another one from your factory.
Is Miss Fortuna going with any of you, or should I prep the Desha?
Miss Fortuna is still, of course, welcome to come assist us in this endeavor if she so chooses.
Maybe you could see it as a date.
Friction
Fortuna's gonna walk
Yep.
over and sort of offer her arm out, like to put it around Dixon's arm and be like, well, let's start this courting business.
Like, the expression on Dixon's face.
I assume it's a lot like yours, like watching a man slowly melt down into a pile of rage and terror.
No, there's a specific word I'm looking for where he like looks
Je ne
at
sais
her.
quoi?
Flabbergasted?
No, like, I'm not going to find the word in time, but he looks at her arm
Shibboleth?
with no, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm not gonna find the word in time, but he looks at her outstretched arm with absolute. It's like disbelief, but not there's more to it than just the word disbelief. I have to look up disbelief synonyms now. But
That's how shocked you are.
Thesaurus.com.
God, I love the idea of him pulling out a thesaurus from his coat in character as he's getting into the carriage with her.
Incredulity. There we go. Like
Incredulous. Yeah.
It's so much incredulity, which is the correct way to pronounce that. Apparently, thank you, thesaurus.com. There's just like a moment where probably several blood vessels in his brain are not receiving oxygen. Like he just strokes out for a moment. That this is still happening, and like takes off his aluminum laced hat. Oh, by the way, I have an aluminum laced hat.
I know.
She can't soothe me at all.
I know.
Yeah.
But she can now.
I so want to. Can I?
Yeah. Maybe you see the flash of aluminum in the rim of the hat as he takes it off, and now is a great time. It's literally he's about to break down, and then suddenly he's like, "This is actually a great idea."
Hang on a second.
Well, I put it right back on after I wipe my hair down.
Don't worry. Let it happen. Let it happen.
Seconds. Enough time.
Do I roll it again?
Yeah, roll it again.
Just marry me, damn it.
If you just push up, you can it'll do the last roll you did.
Thanks.
And
Yeah,
just
you
delete
see
that space
that?
so that the SD is right connected up to the
There
side.
you go.
She's never across the way.
Oh, yes.
You are marrying me so hard.
She don't got a lot to say. Okay, to be clear, you don't feel like marrying her so hard, but suddenly the idea of marrying her isn't such a terrible one.
I call shenanigans on her even being able to roll that first time, but
I wasn't
can
going to let
attempt
it happen, buddy.
She can attempt it. It just won't affect you.
It was a check to see if there were any complications, like maybe she cracked a misting vial on the table when she was leaning over or something like that.
gotcha. I return the hat to my head, and it is sufficient for me to put my arm through her arm and be like, fine, let's go do this. I guess.
No, my
So I was thinking we could have maybe 4 children.
All right, so now someone needs to roll so that I don't order a Desher to just cut her in half.
I don't know. I feel like everybody's behind this ship right now except for you.
It's well, literally, she uses magic powers to get me to acquiesce enough to put my arm through her arm. And then
We've
she's
done
like,
worse things.
let's have 4 kids. Dixon stops on the steps, and I am trying to think of a rational. Like he is thinking, I can't have another accident leaving my house. It wouldn't make any sense. I couldn't get her killed, and then the power plant wouldn't get made. I would lose so much money. He's literally, and his arm is no longer through your arm either.
I think Daisy is gonna come up behind, like, because she's like gonna get the Landau ready since you wanted to take the Landau, and is like, I think it may be a little bit early to speak about children, and then just like head
You're
over to the car.
right.
I'm taking the
I'm gonna
carrot.
follow Daisy and just sort of look Dixon up and down like, oh, you gorgeous idiot.
Okay.
I fail to see where the hypocrisy is coming from. I don't care. I don't know that she used powers, and I'm not holding it against her. What I'm saying is that she used powers just to get me to the point of putting my arm through her arm, and then followed that with, so I was thinking we'd have 4 kids. So
it's a thing, you know.
All right, let's cut to the council. This has been entertaining. let's see where it goes.
Okay. Well, let's let's see where it goes. Oh boy. So, Daisy, at the forefront of the council meeting, there are several council members here. I'm going to give you a heads up on who they are. There is, of course, Councilwoman Franny Mae Binwin, who's been the one trying to push for this particular project. There's also Elset Set, who you've already met, Joma Torrance, who you've also already met, and then 4 new nobles. There were several more, but you've already killed half of them on the train. There's Abraham Combs Ostlin, Sarah Schumann, Larson Ralston, and Bane Feltree.
That's the best thing to hear. It's like, there were more. You've already killed them. Oh, I love this campaign so much.
There we go. There's all the names. Yeah. So, it sounds like you have a lot of work to do figuring out who stands where and what they're going to do. The first hour of council meetings is normally kind of like minor business where people talk about like chickens and stuff. And runners go between the nobles and pass messages.
And it's like, we want to approve this construction project on the corner of such and such. And then someone's like, well, what about foot traffic in the area? Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. And so, Dixon, you have a spot, and there are seats behind you for your entourage. Several people begin commenting when they see Fortuna Emery enter on your arm. And there's at least one photographer who takes a daguerreotype, like, poof. And it's one of those huge phosphorus flares too. Like, it's super obvious that just happened.
Why does he set off a flare? I missed the implication there.
It's a picture.
It's a picture. He's taking a daguerreotype.
Set off a flare.
It's one of those old cameras where they have to do the giant flash to take it.
Right. I hope the picture catches my absolute look of disdain.
I don't know. I feel like you might be a little disdainful, but you're not reluctant. We know that.
Well, doesn't the soothing go away when I put the hat back on?
I don't think so.
The seed has been planted in your brain. You're like, I kind of like this
I'm not
lady.
sure
She
how
smells
that
nice.
works.
Her hair's really pretty.
I think it prevents it from happening, not takes away once it's already there.
That's fine. Well, I'll look into it.
Oh boy, Aristotle has sent me another piece of fan art. Oh, stab!
Oh Jesus!
If it works like, I'm not sure if it works like riding did, but riding, I had to hold on to it. I had to hold on to the connection, otherwise it would start going away. So
Yeah,
maybe
it does go away after a time.
So maybe the putting the hat stops the connection. I'm not sure if that is how it works or not.
I don't know. Is this Atium Annie
yes!
fighting Hanzo form Desha?
Oh my God! This is beautiful.
Good.
Oh, that's so.
I feel like this is the like Rule 63 McCree versus Hanzo we've all been waiting for.
Right?
Oh, this is so good. Thank you, Aricido. This is
That's
awesome.
so awesome.
Miss Cree and I don't know.
Hanzia.
Hanzia.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. Holy crap.
God, uh-oh. That's probably not going to work out very well.
Oops.
Did it mess up all the links?
All of them.
All right.
Except, yeah, all of them.
All of the links have been destroyed forever.
Yeah, so
The Annie one is the only one that wasn't.
while we're getting done laughing at the fan art,
So good.
let's talk about what your plan is going into this Team Avatar.
So I guess the plan is to. I imagine surely that it'll actually come up in the council meeting. And that'll be a moment to like look around the room and gauge like scowls and
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely going to come up, but is there anything you want to do to gauge interest before then?
I have these I would have brought the pamphlets with me to the house.
Ah,
Might
yes.
just have to scratch out the family business, Beaumont Emery Power Plant. I'll just scratch out
Jesus,
Beaumont.
you made up the pamphlets and we had met for 10 minutes.
I just scratch them out.
Look, at a certain point, Dixon is a murderer and he can get the vibe of someone who wants to wear his skin.
Why do you want to kill me? I just want to marry you.
No. I'm saying you want to kill me.
But yeah, I would like, I don't know if maybe we could hand out some of the pamphlets before, like as we walk in, or maybe when we get up to speak, we could be like,
Yeah, no, you can hand those out. You're giving them to everyone?
I guess I would like.
Here's my question: are you giving them out to the people in the audience, or are you giving them out to the other nobles?
I think I'll give some out to the audience, and then one to each person on the council.
Okay, all right. Let's see how well you approach everybody. Because it might be some people are just like, nah, go away. This is definitely a charm roll.
Okay, so how do I roll that one?
Well, let's assemble what traits you're putting into this, because you're cold approaching a number of people with your pamphlet. This is a lot like trying to sell your Hot Fire mixtape in a parking lot.
Oh, okay. I think definitely noble socialite, because people are like, oh my god, that's Fortuna Emery.
Oh, yep, I'll take that. Yep.
Smooth talker, because I'll be like, building a better future for Trumadil when I give it to them.
Perfect.
And enigmatic, because people are like, I want that lady to come near me. Or what are you handing out? Like, I think that one. I don't think resourceful, but maybe because I made pamphlets, I'm resourceful.
You've already got the pamphlets.
Sure. Okay. And gain power, but I don't really think so because I mean,
you're trying to assert your power. I would say that would make sense.
All right. You have 9 dice. You need a pair of 3s. And I feel like the longer the show goes on, the closer you and Daisy's accents are coming. Listen to it. I'm telling you, people listening to the show, check it out. When they talk Southern, they're starting to sound similar too. Maybe it's just me.
Sorry. That's probably my fault. Oh,
no. I'm just saying, Fortuna Beaumont Emery, member of the family.
I mean, I ship it.
I ship it.
Wreckage is the only one not shipping it.
Yeah, why? No hate.
Fortunately, he's the one who has to say yes.
Oh, it is a bit of a sticky wicket.
So do I put SD after?
Yeah, SD will sort it.
Okay. Oh, I didn't. That's not right.
You forgot a D6. 9d6 SD.
9d6. Sorry.
No problem.
Boom, pair of 5s. All right, yeah, it's fairly well received. Tell us more about these pamphlets that people are looking over. Is it like an informational brochure, or is it like cartoonish? Like, hi, I'm a power plant. This is what I can do for you.
I think it'll definitely have a list of the features, benefits, such as jobs, like security for families, like progressing, building a better future. We can have power, like sanitation. Let's be the next Ellendale. And it'll have a picture of me on the front, my beautiful dress, in front of maybe one of the power plants back at Ellendale, with like smiling kids in front of me, and a big notable scratch through the Emery Beaumont on the front.
Oh, no. I feel like Fortuna Emery Beaumont is there, definitely. And people are talking about it. They're like,
pictured above.
Are they getting... Yeah. There's lots of... so the whole room is muttering. Like, the person that's up there talking about building permits is like, what are you all talking about? This is very important. If this school doesn't get built, the children will go without an education.
Oh, God.
And everyone's just looking over this pamphlet, and they're like, well, the cost-benefit analysis here looks great. And is Dixon getting married? He is moving up fast.
God damn it. Anyway, I vote to approve the funding for the public school.
Okay, yeah. Are you leading the call to end the vote? You're like, all right, it's time to vote. Public school, yes.
No, it's I make a motion to have a vote on the public school. Someone seconds.
I mean, you're hoping somebody seconds.
Well, no one ever doesn't second to actually get a vote unless they're trying to filibuster.
I
'Cause it's just
feel
a
like
It's you have to actually, as someone who's actually on a city council, you have to move to have a vote.
Wait.
So second,
Franny Mae Binwin will second it, but she's doing so because she's looking at the front of this pamphlet and seeing your last name on it, and she's like, "It might be nice. It might be nice."
I feel like
So
we skipped over something important here.
What do we skip?
Are you on a city council, Wreckage?
yeah, I'm on a city. I'm
Yeah.
on. This has come up.
Mentioned it a few times, yeah.
I
Really?
mentioned it a few times. I'm on the District 5 City Planning Council.
Yeah, he had to skip an episode because of it.
Yeah,
Huh.
I had to skip an episode because of it.
I was not aware of that.
It's okay, Tux. You
that's
don't
cool.
pay attention to your friends' lives. That's true.
Damn it.
You don't know my favorite color or my middle name.
Isn't it gray and
I mean, yeah, that. Okay.
Arthur? Hold on,
Penelope.
I think I actually know your middle name.
You think
So
my middle
close
name
to
is
the
Penelope?
Yes,
No,
you look
I-
like a Penelope.
I look like a Penelope. All right.
My name was almost Penelope.
Is
It
it
was-
Richard?
No.
Damn it.
I think it's
Such a random guess.
My middle name is a noble title.
Macbeth.
Macbeth is not a noble title. That's a
Aaron?
Scottish
Arthur
name.
McKinley Perkins.
McKinley is not a noble title. My middle name is Earl, jackasses.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Yeah, you said
I
that.
was close.
You were.
If anybody can guess my middle name, that's not actually possible. I have 3.
Wait, what?
Then we have 3 times the chance.
I mean, one of them is obviously Danger.
Obviously.
Danger Man. So anyway, yeah, I moved to vote, and then I
While
voted
you
yes.
move to vote, the council members are all like slow. They're intentionally slowing the vote, and there's like a nonstop stream of origami messages heading to Dixon's seat, where people are like, "Are you getting married to Fortuna?" Like all the other council members are sending inquiries.
Jesus. So
You get one from Joma Torrance that's like, "My good man, Lord Dixon Beaumont, I've always been a fervent supporter of your family, and your sister is wonderful, by the way. Might I inquire into this change in relationship status that seems to be implicit in this novel pamphlet that I have received? Yours, J. Torrance." Just says J. Tor, actually.
J. Tor.
Yeah.
I reply to everyone with
Do you reply all by like standing up and you're like, "My relationship is not to be discussed"?
my relationship is none of this council's business. I move. I'm just kidding. No, I send back the same message to everybody, which is like printing error. Period. We're just doing business. Period. And like that's the extent of what everybody gets sent.
Perfect. I feel like that is a great place. Take our break.
I
Yep.
turned into a cat, so that's how you know.
did turn into a cat. I really like the profile look from you, by the way. It's very strong. All right. So we'll be
Yeah.
back in like 7 minutes to continue to destroy Wreckage's life in and out of character. Let's find out where the council stands and who. And by that, I don't mean on the power plant issue. I want to know who supports the ship and who doesn't.
It's important. We should take a vote.
I mean,
Yeah.
the thing about fans is they always ship. They
Oh,
never.
I
don't.
mean, that's the thing. Okay, I'm going to start the countdown, and then I'm going to put out a straw poll to see who supports
there should
it.
at least be other
Okay.
females, because that's the thing is that they
Oh,
won't.
no
I
one's
mean,
come after you. You can't
Dixon
just add
Daisy
people
for
that
the
are
Game of
pissed.
Thrones, right? I mean,
Well, what I'm saying is the audience will never say, "I don't think the character that I like should be in a relationship," but they might disagree on
They might say
What-
that.
what it should
Yeah.
be shipped with. You should put a young McFanny on that list. You should put Atium Annie. We should see who they would ship me with.
why not old McFanny?
Flint
Old
Carson.
McFanny, young McFanny, the gay councilwoman who's definitely already taken.
Brandy May Binwin?
Yeah.
Flint Carson. Put him on there.
Oh my god. Dixon
The
Flint
paper guy.
Carson?
The guy who does the paper, who writes for the paper.
That's actually my ship right now is Dix Carson.
You know, maybe
You'll
we should
forever
put
be alone, Wreckage. Oh,
maybe the guy I locked in my basement. Let's
Oh my
let him-
god, yes!
Put him on there
You're wearing
too.
his ring.
And Tensei. Put Tensei on there. Whatever form Tensei happens to take.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
Keith
Yeah,
said.
Golden's got a good one. Dixon with Fem Dixon.
Well, if you put that on there, that's definitely gonna win because that's the
Oh
only
man.
ship
no,
with
we're out.
Fem
Okay, we're
Dixon.
going on break now.
Oh.